Hello and welcome back to the channel. We are in Bangkok. Now when we left Chiang Mai, that's when the flooding was going on. I'm sure you've heard of that by now. It's the worst flooding that Chiang Mai's had in 11 years. And in front of our house was flooded, everything was flooded. Kendall and I were nervous that when we went to bed the night before we left, that we weren't going to be able to have anyone take us to the airport because in front of our house was an absolute river at nighttime. But in the morning, the waters had recessed just a little bit, enough for a friend of ours in a truck to pick us up. So we went to the Chiang Mai airport, and it was actually a lot busier than I had anticipated it being. There were foreigners milling around everywhere. It was an easy process to check in and get to our flight, and going through customs didn't take that long either, but the place was a lot busier than I really thought it would be. Now we booked a flight from Chiang Mai to Bangkok with Vietjet, and that's the first time I've ever flown on them. I did like it, I do like it. The only thing that I could say, everything positive about it. The flight wasn't booked. There was plenty of room on it, which is really nice. Their seats are comfortable. Their people are nice. Just keep one thing in mind if you are going to take that airline. We have a carry-on, and it's a regulation carry-on. It fits in the overhead and all that good stuff. But Vietjet's guidelines for their carry-on are a lot smaller. So we didn't, ours was too big, but they said, bring it on anyway, and of course it fit in the overhead compartment. It was fine, but just keep in mind that you could be charged more if you have one of those carry-ons that are just at the right width, height, and length for other airlines. Now what blows my mind is to drive from Chiang Mai to Bangkok takes you around 10 hours. Our flight was an hour long and we were in Bangkok. It was the quickest flight. I don't know how we went that distance in such a short time, but hey, it's a very short flight, so that was really nice. I'll have to remember that in the future if I ever want to go to Bangkok for a weekend or something, that it's only an hour's flight to get here. So when we arrived at the Bangkok airport, it was busy, a lot busier than a year and a half ago when we came here during COVID times. It was like barely anyone there, but this time it was moderately busy. We were here before, back in 2016, when there was no such thing as COVID and the place was packed. It wasn't like that at all, but it was moderately busy, and it was nice to see things coming back to life. So once you get through and get your luggage, you go out to to get a taxi. What you do is you have to get a ticket. You press this machine, you get a ticket, and then you go and it'll show you what taxi is yours. They assign you to a taxi. You go there, usually they're the green and yellow taxis, and those are metered taxis. So I'm gonna give you the cost from the taxi ride from the airport to our hotel, which is about a 30-minute drive, 27 minutes to be exact. And they do charge you for the tolls that you have to pay, or that the cab has to pay. And they did charge us for one extra bag because only one and a half, our carry-on and one big one, fit in the back, and then one of them had to fit in the passenger side, and then Kendall and I sat in the back seat. So there was a fee of like 20 baht for the bag. So if you have a lot of bags, you want to make sure you go to the cabs that are for large vehicles, because we took the regular size thinking it was just Kendall and I, and we only had 2 bags and 1 carry-on. It was still too much for that little tiny car, so keep that in mind. So the cost for everything to get us here was 380 baht, which is not bad at all. And then of course I tipped the cab driver. So I hope that gives you an idea of the cab cost in Bangkok. Now the area of Bangkok that we're staying in is called, Terminal 21. And Terminal 21 is called that because, yes, you guessed it, there's a Terminal 21 for their train system. It's right here beside us. And this is a touristy part of Bangkok with a lot to do, and there are great hotels here. Now the cool thing about the hotel we stayed at, and by the way, the name of that hotel is Grande Centre Point Terminal 21. What's cool about this, well, first of all, it's one of the best hotels I've ever been in, especially in Bangkok. I've been in some real nice ones in Bangkok, but this one takes the cake, and it's not even expensive. The nice thing about this place, the rooms, big, bright, they're spacious, they have great views out of the window for you to look out. Quite entertaining in my opinion. We had an end room, and all of the drapes could be pushed back, and you had this wall of a window looking over Bangkok. Also, they had an interesting bathroom. The bathroom was really nice, spacious, white, bright, very nice. But then they had this. Okay, we gotta talk about this toilet for a minute. This toilet is amazing. No, I haven't used it yet, but look at the options on it. It's made by American Standard. Basic toilet, right? No. This has posterior wash, feminine wash, enema mode, and it will even dry you. You can even control the water pressure. You can even change the oscillating, pulsating, or rhythm of the water. Now that's a high quality toilet right there. So after staying in that room for 2 nights, I could tell you the problem with that high-end luxury toilet is that this morning it broke. It's making a weird noise and it won't do anything. But luckily it has a bypass button on the side where you can flush it on your own and bypass all the electronics. So yes, our toilets broke. Now, some of the neat amenities they have at this hotel is they have a beautiful pool area. The pool area, it's one of those infinity pools that looks over Bangkok, so you got all the nice views. I can't say the weather's been that good since we've been here. There's either storm clouds lurking around or it was just pounding us with rain. But this hotel does have a nice pool, and they also have a nice little area. It's kind of like a little pond sitting area. It looks like it's another pool, but it's not. They also have plenty of places for meetings, lounging, and they also have a putt-putt. It's not a putt-putt golf course. It's a place to practice your putting. And there's also a tennis court and a little soccer field, and I mean a little one, for kids to practice in a little tiny goal. It's very small, but it's really neat. So the hotel's really nice. The staff is very nice. Another cool thing about this hotel, though, is that it has a door that goes directly into a mall. It's the Terminal 21 Mall. Now, this mall is a mall. Yes, it's full of the same stuff you can buy at any other mall, but they do have a bunch of other shops from privately owned shops, not chains, that make the shopping experience a little bit better. They do have a lot of restaurants. On the bottom floor is actually a grocery store and then a market. And then on the other floors, they're all themed from different countries. So I saw the San Francisco floor that's got the bridge on there. I thought they got a London themed floor. They have got Japanese themed floor. So everything's got a theme there. On the top floor, they even have a movie theater. And on the other floors, you can find different levels. Like I think it's the 4th floor, are a lot of restaurants. Now, they do have all the kind of quintessential restaurants you would normally expect, but they do have some sit-in restaurants with beautiful views looking over Bangkok, like this one we went to. Fantastic little restaurant. The name of the restaurant was Savoy. It looks like Savoy, but if you look at it in Thai script, it's Savoy. And they had a wonderful menu and a wonderful view. The place was really cool. You almost forgot you were actually eating in a mall. And the drinks were great. I think I ordered chicken pad Thai, which was very good. And then Kendall had chicken fried rice, one of the things she likes. Anyway, so they got really good dining in this mall area. Now, the nice thing about being in this mall is that it rained, and I mean it rained hard here in Bangkok while we were here. So that gave us a place to actually go and chill out from the rain. We could go from our hotel to the mall and still had things to do, fun things to eat and all that, without having to go out and walk around the busy streets of Bangkok in the rain. So that was kind of nice. So consider this place if you're looking for a hotel here in Bangkok and you want to be in the center of everything, because it is in the center of everything. So today is the day that Kendall and I head to our first stop, our first layover, which is in Doha, Qatar. Our layover, thank goodness, is only 2 hours. It's a 7-hour flight from Bangkok to Doha. Once we wait that 2 hours, once we get there, then we have a 17-hour and 30-minute flight from Doha, Qatar to Dallas, Texas. So it's going to be a long flight, and we don't leave until later on tonight. Right now it's about 8 o'clock in the morning, and I think we fly out of here in 12 hours, so about 8 o'clock tonight. So I'm going to try to look for something to keep me occupied on the plane, something like a magazine. I don't know, we'll find something. Anyway, that's all I have for you right now, and I'm sure my next video is going to be in the US. I'll let you meet the family. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and until next time, Kap Kun Kap.